Hi everyone, this is Himanshu. I'm the co-founder of Pharma Shots. Pharma Shot is the media partner for with Thomson Reuters, and we are also the partner with the Reuters Pharma Barcelona, which is happening from 9th to 11th of April. So basically next week. And with me is Anna. Anna is the vice president and global head commercial development asset and innovative medicines group. So Anna is going to be the panelist in one of the panel discussions in Barcelona, and she will be accompanied by a couple of other panelists. So she will talk about that. So thank you so much, Anna, for taking out time and talking to us, giving us a glimpse on what is going to be happening at the Reuters Barcelona conference. So before we delve and I ask you more questions, can you talk a little bit about the topic of the panel discussion?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So we will be talking about a topic that is very important and is part of my daily work. That is how to integrate HCPs, patients, payers, and also regulators' views and insights early enough in clinical development in order to bring their insights and make our product value propositions more valuable for our stakeholders.
Yeah. So Anna, can you also talk about who all are going to be in your panel? And maybe if you don't want to take their names, that's okay. But yeah, an idea about what kind of people are going to be in the panel would be great.
Yeah, so the panel will be moderated by the head of pharmacovigilance of large pharma. So she's the head of pharmacovigilance for Germany. And I will be joined by two fellow panelists that are in global market access, an area that is very important for the value proposition of our products. And one of the colleagues comes from a biotech and the other comes from a large pharma. And I'm very curious to learn how how the biotech and the large pharma views align.
Definitely, this is an interesting bunch which has been, gathered by Reuters team for this panel discussion. Anna, you just mentioned in your introduction of your topic, you mentioned about patients' data and about the clinical trials. So my question would be that what do you think about patient and role of patient analytics and patient research outcomes playing a role in the in two things basically. So one is in the clinical trial designing or clinical operations part, and second is the engagement, which is like patient engagement and patient involvement. So yeah, if you can answer that.
So patients like to be involved, right, more and more in the decision of their treatments, right? So, and they also like to be included in the clinical trial design. For example, I'm working in a product now for rare diseases, and it's extremely important that we talk with these patients, from the very beginning to understand what is important for them. Because, only through patient-reported outcomes, we can learn what are their needs and what is their experience with the treatment, right? So they will give us that information firsthand. And this will help to keep the patients engaged. This will help to retain patients in clinical trials, and it will improve the outcomes of the clinical trial because we will have this part of information that is extremely important for us in order to get better and better treatments to the patients.
Yeah, so awesome. Yes, I think when my thought process was pretty much the same on the topic. So thank you for bringing that up. And now another question comes to mind is about the real world evidence. I understand that patient analytics and real world evidence and the those are correlated, but can I have your personal views on the role of RWE in playing how it is going to be driving the patient engagement as well as the HCP engagement?
So it is very important that we start the real world evidence plan early in clinical development, right? Because clinical trials give you some information, but they don't give you the information in clinical practice. So the real world evidence will help you to bridge between the clinical trials and clinical practice. Real-world evidence also helps us to assess the effectiveness of the treatments in clinical practice. And I think these insights are very valuable for HCPs when they are taking decisions on the best treatment for their patients, because HCPs like real world data, right? Clinical trials are interesting to because the facts, but real world data is what they are also looking for because the patients live in a real world setting, right? And so by providing this data to them, they will feel they will trust more. This will drive engagement of the HCPs, but again, also on the patients, because the patients also want to hear how other patients are replying to the same treatment, patients that have the same problems, because then they will also trust more on the physician decision regarding the specific treatment that will be used for him or her.
Yeah. Okay. So that's an interesting thing. Okay. How do you see, and then this is my last question. I know that your time is very precious. So this is my last question for you. What do you see in next 5 years going to be the trend, and how it is going to be shaping the pharma world, basically, pharma biotech, basically?
Well, there are many things that are happening, and I think we can't even imagine, what will be happening because nowadays with AI, everything is happening very, very fast. But one topic that I find very interesting, and I think we are evolving towards that, is the concept of having our digital twins. And these digital twins can be used in clinical development, but also in real world. So where we will have all our data records, the data of our wearables, and in the future, perhaps also our social and economic situation all integrated. So all our data integrated, and this data will be analyzed real time. And every time there is an abnormality found in this data, this will allow treatment interventions much earlier. And this will also help us to prevent diseases. So in my view, this is where pharma is evolving to really a truly personalization of the medicines. Of course, we have to have in consideration ethics and compliance, and having our patient data, our data integrated in large data sets is something that we will need to take good care because of our data protection. But also we need to be careful with the data that we are collecting, because we need good data in order to take the right conclusions.
So thank you so much for that. And then, I am actually looking forward to this panel discussion, and to all of you who are going to be at Reuters Barcelona event. Please do attend this panel discussion. This is going to be very interesting. The panelists are really great, and you have heard from Anna. She's going to be one of those panelists. So that's it's going to be an interesting conversation for sure. I understand that. So thank you so much for your time, Anna, and it was lovely talking to you. I'm looking forward to meeting you in person in Barcelona.
Thank you, Imashu, and I see you next week.
Definitely.
Okay. Bye bye.